Hello everyone, and welcome back to our yearly channel update videos. Year 6 of the channel.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yay!
As always, I am older bro, and he is younger bro.
Yay, what's up?
Yeah. And we are here to talk to you about all the things that have changed in the past year that we still need to talk about, and all the new things that are coming in the next year.
Yeah, so before we get off on anything, we don't exactly have anything planned, like specially for this year.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be as big of a year as last year.
No, this year's gonna have it may have some specials in it, but they're nothing related to being this year.
Yeah, like we do have some big series planned. There are some big series coming, but
we still have the 500 sub special coming. We still have the 700. We're gonna have the 750 sub.
yeah, we are
coming.
rapidly approaching the 750 sub special, and
So,
we're
yeah.
worried we're not going to get to the 500 sub special before that.
A reasonable worry.
So with that said, the year 5 changelog has been updated. Well, I'm gonna re-look over it again, but it has been updated, and a lot of the stuff that we were going to do in year 5 are now moving to year 6.
Yeah, as normal. Yeah, I've laughed at younger bro because he had this entire thing last year talking about here's all these redo games I'm gonna do, and
that was the thing I wanted to
finished
talk
my
about.
one redo game before younger bro did a single one.
I didn't do a single replay series, so guys, I will go ahead and let you know I am going to be heavily prioritizing those this year, and we've kind of updated our list to incorporate that.
Yeah, we have done a lot of sorting to make sure that we have the redo or the replay games and the redo games, and that they're all properly sorted out and being done at a reasonable time. We'll get into that in a bit. All right, so general channel things that we're going through. So it's been about 2 years now since we said we were going to download every single thing on the channel, and we are now, in fact, actually doing that.
Yeah, I know Older Bro had this plan to where he was going to download all the stuff at once or something like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that wasn't happening.
Nope.
So we had something really, really bad happen on the channel.
Yep, and we will talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, because of that, we are now prioritizing the download. We have pretty much everything downloaded except Shiny Hunting. That is the thing that is taking the longest. I'm almost done with Sword and Shield. It should be done by the time the video comes out. And I'm probably going to be in the process of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee by the time this video comes out. Because it is just that fucking long.
Yeah, luckily none of the newer series need downloaded because we have a backup copy of every single recorded video.
We already had that.
So it's only for anything before 2022, I believe, and maybe a few things in 2023.
Now, did we ever say why we started that?
I don't know if we ever went into why we started that, but no, I think we did, because I think we started talking about that because we'd originally had copyright issues with Konosuba, or not Konosuba, Miss Kobayashi. Yeah, Miss Kobayashi. So we'd started working on it because of that. So we are finally about at the point where we have every single video in a recorded state.
Yeah, we realize the server space that requires.
Honestly, the funny thing is, it's not actually been that bad. Like, you'd think it would be really bad, but I have 3 5-tera drives. Or no, 2 5-tera drives and one, I think it's 2-tera drive for the anime, hot takes, and other non-game related things. And honestly, none of them are even half full.
But I just imagine this may be a problem in the future.
Yes, it will absolutely be the problem in the future. I'm also looking at doing an online data storage so that we have a physical copy we're holding and also an online copy that's constantly being held. But that requires monthly payments, and I have to look into what are good services for that. So
yeah,
that'll happen at some point in the future, but not at the moment. So, other important thing, after a year of working on the Goomba designs, and by that I mean a year of not working on the Goomba designs, because I didn't actually do any work on them, we are finally at the point where the Goomba designs are at a releasable state. Because I basically just got to about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and said, well, I've done basically nothing on them. if I continue doing absolutely nothing on them, they're not going to release. So I might as well start working on them now and just release them this year. So we are at a releasable state. Now, it is not everything is done, because the big thing this year is, well, this year is probably the most massive redo of the designs ever, because I've changed basically everything. So on the screen now, you'll probably see the original design, and next to it is the current design. But that is not the big thing that we're actually doing this year, because the big thing we're doing this year actually has to do with our different emotions. So in the past, you've seen a few different emotions on our character. We had like maybe 5 different designs, and as of the recording of this video, we have 21 designs. So we have 21 different emotions. Now, not all of them are done. This is why I was saying that not everything's complete yet. We are just doing the first batch of emotions that I'm releasing, because there are a lot of them, and I have to custom make basically every single one. So we've gotten about 12 completely done, and 2 that are half done, because I have to make some changes to them that include things that are very difficult. So those difficult changes will get done at another point, and they'll be released at another point. But you can now see on screen every single version of the characters that I have worked on for me and younger bro, all in small glory, because there's 14 of them.
Yeah, and we'll work on maybe doing some emotes and maybe some positions later.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to be working on, because I've been doing a lot of eye work recently, where I have the eye in different positions and different designs. I'm going to be doing a lot of mouth work, where I'm trying to adjust the mouth in different shapes and designs. And recently, one of the suggestions was to make the eyebrows different for certain designs, so I'm going to have to do some eyebrow work of adjusting those. So there's going to be a lot of work. Basically, what I'm doing is creating a PNG VTuber from scratch. I'm just basically making every single keyframe for that. So at some point, we'll probably just turn that into a VTuber, because, I mean, I've done all the work on it already. I might as well just keyframe the damn thing. So, yeah, a lot of work there.
Yeah, I've not actually seen the complete designs yet, so...
Yeah, Younger Bro will see them after this recording. But most of the work has been done on my character and Younger Bro's character, so pretty much any other character designs that we have on the channel, those are not being worked on right now. They will be worked on later. But we're trying to get through the main important ones right now.
Yeah.
Sadly, I've not yet been able to get the sad tear eyes to work yet, which I really need so I can replace the stupid banners that have us crying on them.
It's going to be fun going back fixing all the mobile series to update with the characters on them.
No. No. None of that. Okay, the other thing is the new end credits. As always, every single year we have a new end credits. So we have a new song, which is Woodshedder by Quincas Moriera.
Now, I don't know if we've done a check to make sure that we won't get copyrighted on Twitch.
There's reasonably no way I can do that without having the end credits. So we'll find that out after we air it.
Yeah, guys, for those who don't know, we've been having issues on Twitch where we are getting copyrighted by a free use song.
Yeah, to be fair, I want to be a little bit fair to Twitch. We are not actually getting copyright claimed, because Twitch doesn't exactly do copyright claims. They have copyright claims as possible, but Twitch just preemptively mutes your audio and gives you no ability to stop that, and that's our big issue.
Yeah.
Because we're using a free use song, and somebody else put that free use song in their copyrighted song, and that copyrighted song is what's being claimed, even though it's not the same song. And our audio is being muted, and we can't do anything about it, and it's pissing us off.
Yeah,
because,
trust us, we've tried.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is we just have to re-edit the entire video every single time it happens.
And it pisses us off.
Yep. So we're hoping that this song does not have that problem, but again, there is reasonably no way I can know that until we test it. So who knows? Okay, so moving on to other things. So we've done a little bit of adjusting this year, as you might have noticed, on series timing. We've talked about it a little bit, but the main thing that we've done is we've adjusted stream times so that streams now start at 18 hours instead of 15 hours. So what that means is that the Let's Plays are now going to be any games from 1 to 20 hours, and the streams will be anything from 18 to infinite. So that means instead of there being a 5-hour window, there's now a 2-hour window, which means that more things are being Let's Plays. We also did the change, in quotes, where we started doing 40-episode Let's Plays again, which wasn't really a change, just more us remembering.
Hey, we did that.
Yeah, so that's more just us not being stupid anymore.
Yeah, you have no idea how many times me and older bro have had to change our games list.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's the thing in the background every single time. Basically, every 2 months, we redo the games list. I'm almost at the point where I think I need to do what we did with the anime, where I need to shrink the number of games that we have on the main list so that we stop redoing as much. But I'm not sure how much that would even help.
It wouldn't. It would make the
Yeah, it would just make the other page longer.
other page longer.
So there's really not much we can do about it.
Yeah, so right now the lists are at a point that I like. So
Yeah, I just redid my list, which I only do redos of my list maybe twice a year. Younger bro does it like every month or two.
I've done it more than that.
Yeah.
I did it within like a 3-week period, like 3-4 times. In a
To be
3-week
fair, some of
period.
that was just clarifying with each other of like, oh, that's a problem. And then, oh, well,
Yeah.
then we should change it.
Yeah.
So that's beside the point, though. The other thing that we changed was our timing of series, because in the past, and we're still doing this, we timed everything by how long to beat. We are still timing everything by how long to beat.
However, that's not sufficient anymore.
Yeah, we found games like Budokai Tenkaichi 3 where the timing on how long to beat was 15 hours. And it turns out that if you went deeper into the times on how long to beat, that those times were incorrect, and that it was actually
Like a 40-hour game.
well, no, 6 hours. The opposite. It was short.
Oh.
It was like a 5-episode stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game was extremely short unless you did a certain mode, which made it go ludicrously longer.
Yeah, and I never did that mode before, and I never cared for it. Still don't. So I'll never go back and do it.
So it's definitely, it was just a problem where we weren't analyzing things well enough. So what we're now going to do is, for any series that we can, and this is going to be difficult for a lot of newer games, but for any series that is not a brand new game, we are going to look at a playthrough on YouTube or somewhere and try to judge the time for how long to beat based on that playthrough. And if it looks about the same, then we'll trust it. And if the playthrough is ludicrously shorter or ludicrously longer, we'll probably end up going with the playthrough's time, because we can actively see somebody playing the game at that time.
Yeah, so we are going to be going in depth for pretty much every series except new releases.
Yeah, and those we just can't go into because we don't know how long they are.
Yeah, we don't know until they release.
The other thing that we updated, which this isn't really much of an update, is our game frequency. It turns out, I talked to Younger Bro about this, and this was one of the reasons he had to redo his schedule. We had written down that the series, that 2 games, like if you have a Pokemon game and then another Pokemon game, that there needed to be 3 series between them. And there was a bit of a miscommunication, which I thought that it was, Younger Bro thought it was 2 games in between and then the game. And it was actually, Younger Bro just thought the rule was 2. So, completely different problem than what I thought. But regardless, we updated all the games so that
And the game
there's
schedule again.
Yeah, and the game schedule, which is why Younger Bro's sad. So there is now 3 games in between every single instance of the same franchise.
And can you guess what that meant for the stream list?
It's even longer.
Yes. Again.
Yep.
For the 3rd or 4th time this year.
To be fair, it wouldn't be quite as long if I was allowed to play Pokemon games, but I cannot play them.
He can't, because we both have to fucking be there.
Yep, because Younger Bro wants it to be the 2 of us. I mean, I could play it with somebody else, but it's like there's not...
How you gonna record it?
Exactly. How would I record it over the internet?
He would have to be here for
It's impossible
to do it.
So not viable. So Younger Bro, I still have a lot of the games written down as me, in case Younger Bros schedule changes. That way we don't have to change who's playing the games and remember which one was assigned to who. But for all intents and purposes, even the games that say my name on it,
I have to do it if it's a 2-player game.
Yep. So it sucks, but regardless, we got that fixed. We also just talked about today, we're slightly amending that rule because one of the things we were having that we noted could be a problem is if we played, for example, 3 one-off games in a row for Let's Plays and then played the same franchise again. So we amended that rule so that it's 3 games in between or 4 months in between, whichever is bigger.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know if we'll ever have a situation where we have 3 one-offs in a row.
we shouldn't. I think there was
doubt
a situation where we had 2 one-offs in a row once, but I think that was once. And if so, I don't think
that
we're
was
ever gonna
Would
do
You
it again.
Rather and
Like Gunblood or something, one of those.
yeah, those short
But
little
yeah,
games.
I don't even think we played a game too close even with that. So we've more or less been following this rule anyways. This is just more of a precaution to make sure that games
Stay spaced.
Yeah, it's especially for things like Let's Plays and streams where it's hard to know how long is 3 series. So if we have a Dragon Ball game and a Let's Play, it helps us to know, okay, this game's going to end about 5 months later. It's fine to play Dragon Ball now. It's more just to help with that. And the other thing is that, speaking about the replay games and the redo games, we also made sure to increase the frequency of those games, as we were saying before. So there's now a maximum of 5 series between those games.
Yeah, originally we were going to do 10 in between, but we changed it to 5 because we didn't do a single one last
I don't
year.
even think that we ever actually, like, I think we talked about how frequent they should be, but I don't think we ever actually wrote it down because it wasn't on the list.
Yeah,
And yeah, we never played them.
We originally said it was 10.
Yeah, so we literally never played them.
And now we updated it to be 5, and honestly, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine too, because it's just like
we never
ludicrous.
did any.
Yeah,
So,
because frankly, I don't care if we play redo games back to back, as long as they're different franchises. I don't think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's just that we don't want to play them
all at
less
once.
than 5
Yeah.
series, because like if you're
Yeah.
if you're doing it more than that, you're never going to see them. So hopefully Younger Bro will actually get to play a redo game this year.
I'll go ahead and announce, literally the game after Aquarium is a redo game. So we are getting to one.
It's a miracle.
Okay, guys, now let's talk about me a little bit. I mean, we've already talked a little bit about me and my series, but we need to go over the shoe in the room.
The elephant in the room.
Yes, thank you.
The Goomba shoe in the room.
Goomba boot in the room. Okay, so we had a small little update video, and that update video was about my schedule change, I believe.
Yep, so that video is going to be going away because this video will replace it entirely.
Yes. So, for those who don't know, and for those who are wondering why we changed our schedule and why there's no shiny hunting, that is because I got a completely new job. I had lost my job. I was very, very vocal about it during our streams.
Yep.
Like what happened at my last job, literally a near-death experience caused me to lose that job, and I was very disappointed and sad because I loved that job. That was my favorite job. It still is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, lost that job due to a near-death experience, and then I went to Dollar General. Then I went from Dollar General to seek a better opportunity at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Dollar General, we could still use our last schedule. But the problem with Dollar General was there were days where I couldn't stream because I was either too tired or I was sick. I was getting sick a lot, guys. You wouldn't believe. Pretty much every week I would get sick.
Yeah, and you've been a lot better since switching from Dollar General.
The only time I was sick was because I got sick from one of you guys.
I was going to say, it's literally, previously you were basically getting miner's lung, as opposed to the current job where you're sick from actual normal illnesses like the flu.
Like, I am still, like, my main issue at Dollar General was heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
I'm still getting that a little bit, but I have 2 waters on me, and also it's cold in there.
Yeah, which should help a lot.
I've been fine.
Yep.
So, guys, I have a new job. I am working at Walmart now, which is where Father wanted me to work, and he's been proud of me, but he's also causing me issues. May have another schedule change where I'm doing more school stuff.
Yeah. As always, Mr. Father figure over here, constantly a pain in the butt to us all.
So, our schedule may change again because I am doing schooling work. That's probably upcoming very soon.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to affect us.
No idea at this time.
But at the current time, my streams will only be now on Saturday, Sunday, Monday because those are my days off.
Yep.
I literally cannot stream on weekdays unless I have the day off. But if I don't have that, then it's going to be Older Bros series.
Yep. So, yeah, all the Saturday, Sunday, Monday is Younger Bro now. And it's all his series.
And the reason I can't really do weekdays is because my schedule, I am second shift. I am not first shift. And frankly, I don't want to fucking do first shift. Because first shift, you have to go in at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a very weird first shift.
Yeah, all the people who complain about first shift is not because they don't like the work. It's because of the 4 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Yep.
So, yeah, guys, I'll never do first shift. I'm staying on second shift.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, until then, obviously, Younger Bro's doing Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and I'm doing my streams on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, that means that, Tuesdays, there is no stream, because that is the shiny hunting spot. There are no shiny hunts to upload there, because we are not playing them.
Yeah. So what does that mean for shiny hunting? Since it was ours, what was it? Was it our Saturday stream?
Yep. So currently it's our Tuesday stream.
Yeah, it was our Saturday stream, and now the only way I can do it is to make it a mobile series. So from now on, shiny hunting will be a mobile series. I do not know when I'm going to start them because I still have my import I have to do for mobile. And we are progressing pretty quickly on it. I want to say we're going to be done within the next 2 years.
Yeah, so.
But
it is more likely that Younger Bro's schedule will change and allow him to shiny hunt a stream again than he'll get to mobile games anytime soon.
So, what does that mean for shiny hunting? Me personally, I miss shiny hunting. I want to go back to it. I'm going to get a crew together. I'm going to shiny hunt with my friends on Scarlet and Violet. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I got a lot of plans for mobile. I will try to move up shiny hunting as soon as I can. But for now, I'm just going to focus on the import.
Yep. So the other thing that does mean is that because my games are on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Younger Bro can't be there. I have 2 other people who have been stepping in and doing streams. So shout outs to Finn and Lucro, the 2 people who are helping out on streaming on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Thank you, boys.
The other thing is, as part of the designs I was talking about earlier, we do have designs for Finn done. So the start of his design is there. I might change it at some point in the future, but I'm going to have to fundamentally rework it if I do so. So for the time being, his design is now on the screen. He has a few emotions, but not too many. He is a fish after all. Lucro's design I just started working on and do not have time to get done before this video goes up. Okay, so going over some other things. One of the big changes that we made last year was talking about replay games or redo games, and finally taking some games that we recorded very poorly and redoing them. More or less, that's still going to be the rule going forward. We're still going to do that, and if there's any newer games that we fuck up, we might replay those in the future. So, but we did want to settle down on some rules going forward for how we're doing those games. So, we've kind of broadened what types of games we can redo or replay, and we fit them more or less into 2 different categories. So, the first set of games is the redo games. So, any game that we are redoing is a game that is done by the same Goomba as the first time. So if Younger Bro played the game, it is a redo. If he does it again, if I played a game, it is a redo if I did it again. So Hollow Knight's a redo game. Younger Bro has a long list of redo games.
Oh, fuck yeah, I do.
Yes. So, for any of those games, if we redo a game, then we are taking the original series and we are moving it to the archive channel, and the new series will replace the old series.
Yes.
And when we do so, we are going to attempt to do more than we did in the original series.
if possible.
Yeah, some games we already basically 100%ed, and there's no way for us to do any additional content. So in that case, we just have to do the same amount of content. But if there is more stuff we can do, we will do it. We are not going to 100% the games. We just have to do more, because we are still going to say if there's some stuff that's ludicrously difficult, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But we will do as much as we can and more than we did the first time. So now the second category of games are the replay games. So these are games that if I played the game, younger bro is allowed to play the game. Or vice versa. If younger bro played the game, I am allowed to play the game. These games, we are not immediately going to remove the original series, because these are different series.
Yeah, these are going to be series where if we decide that, hey, this series should replace the old series, then we could decide to move that series to the TBGN archives, but we do not have to.
Exactly. So it's an optional thing. So we more or less will always keep both series unless the two of us agree to get rid of it. So for example, if we played Pokemon XD again and the other person played it, we could keep both series on the channel. Or we could decide we want the new series to replace the old one. In that case, the old series will move to the archive channel, and the new one will be replayed on the channel. But we are not requiring ourselves to do more content than the original.
No.
If we do a replay game.
No.
So a replay game, we can do less content if we want to. It
Yeah,
just
because
has to be the same game.
It's going to be the other Goombas series, and they can do whatever.
Exactly. So
we're treating it as a new game.
Yeah. And as a... and this category of things will be used sparingly. There's probably not a lot of games that we want to actually replay.
Yeah, there's a handful of games.
Yeah. There's a lot of games that are more or less continuations. Like, we have certain games like Fire Emblem Three Houses where we're doing a different route in the game.
Plus the DLC that we never did.
Yep. Doki Doki Blue Skies has that. Katawa Shoujo has that.
Mhm.
There's a lot of games like that where we're doing a different route, and that we're basically considering a different playthrough. So that's a different situation. Same thing with a lot of remaster games. If we're playing a remaster, we are not counting that as a replay. It's a different game.
Yeah, that was the case with Spider-Man, but I chose to do more than the original anyway.
Yeah, so younger bro kind of fucked himself because he now has to double 100% that
Yeah,
game.
I wanted to see how long it would take me to do the benchmarks, and yeah, it took me as long as I pretty much expected.
Yep, so pain in the ass.
Fucking pain.
But just to be clear on that, those games do not count for redos or replays because they are different series, basically.
Yeah.
There are some... We haven't decided yet if we're going to do that same thing with older versions of games. Like, for example, I'm playing at some point the new, one of the new Hyperdimension Neptunia games, and younger bro is playing one of the older ones.
Yep.
So we're not sure if those rules apply for something like that. We haven't gone into it. We'll get to it when that eventually happens. So if we, for some reason, decide to replay Spyro 1, maybe then we'll figure it out. But for now, that's the rules for redo and replay games. We obviously also have continuation games where we, like Scarlet and Violet, where we're coming back to the game after a while, but
yeah,
that's a different thing entirely.
And eventually a Jurassic World Evolution 2, because I still need to get to that. Trust me, guys, I've been wanting to. Okay, guys, so now let's talk about this. This is the reason why we are heavily into downloading our channel, and it is such a pain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Downloading the channel is absolutely a pain. This is more of a pain.
No, this is worse.
Yeah.
So, for those who are unaware, we have had a total of 2 series now be taken down. And why is that?
So, we had 2 different series taken down, one of which was a more reasonable takedown. So, one of the things that I think YouTube's doing on the back end, and they've not talked about this as far as I'm aware, YouTube changed their community guidelines policies so that instead of having a permanent strike on your channel, that's now a similar system to copyright, where you have 3 strikes, but they also expire. I think they partially did this because the original community guidelines claims were almost never used, because YouTube really didn't want to take a lot of channels down. for community guideline claims unless it was obvious that those community guideline claims were egregious. So, because we've had in the past community guideline claims, I think we've talked about them on stream, where we had one of our videos for Ori taken down for a bit because
was
we
the
called
first one.
somebody green, and we were talking about a Yoshi or something like that. One of them, I think we had a similar thing with something else, but it's in those situations, a human being visibly looked at the video, said, "Oh, this is either not at all a violation, or this is close to a violation, but not enough that we feel a strike is warranted." One of them was we got acclaimed of supporting terrorism, which we do not support and have never supported. And there wasn't even anything in that video that was talking about terrorism.
Yeah.
So we literally have no idea what that claim was about.
That one was just bullshit.
It just made no sense. So we've recently we've had similar problems, but it seems like YouTube has, instead of following in those footsteps of actually looking at the claims and determining if they're legitimate or not, they've just decided to go with an AI and have the AI handle it, which, again, AI is not AI. It's just an algorithm, but that's what we're calling it now, so I guess we'll call it that. So we believe that YouTube has gotten rid of all their human employees and instead just using AI, because we recently got a claim on Friday the 13th about making a claim about people of LGBT characterization, which I still submit that one was, I understand why they made the claim. I just don't agree with it, because we were in character talking about the reason somebody was doing a crime.
We were in character as Jason, but it is probably one of the more fair ones we have seen.
We were more or less like, okay, this makes sense. We don't agree with it, but we understand.
Yeah, but because we got claimed, that video was immediately taken down.
Yeah.
And because of that, we weren't sure about the other videos. We were worried for it. So we had to move Friday the 13th to the archive channel.
Yep. So that series was entirely moved over to the archive channel because we reasonably had no idea what we said in that series, because I can't remember what all we said in, I can't remember what all we said in Another Code, and we've just recorded that series.
Yeah, seriously.
I couldn't tell you what we said in episode 2, let alone Friday the 13th, the series from 5 years ago, basically. It's actually, I think, only 3, but doesn't matter. So we also recently had a different problem with another video, which that one I'm not going to actually repeat what was said because it was so stupid that I'm refusing to give YouTube a chance to take this video down for community guidelines. The point being, they thought we said something racist. We said something completely different. We told them what we said, explained to them that what we said was based on the character in shot at that time, that it was the name of that creature.
And they still
took the video down anyways. So that's why I'm 100% sure YouTube is not actually using human employees to check these videos, because we were talking about a character in a video whose name resembles a people group, but that isn't what we said.
Yeah, so Breath of the Wild was taken down for more or less the same reason, but that one was wrong. So it was completely wrong. So for the foreseeable future, we cannot call those creatures by their name because YouTube may mistake that.
Yeah, so that has caused us to look over some of our games and be a bit more hesitant on the types of games that we're playing and be careful about the types of things we're saying. So, for example...
So, no more Cartman jokes.
Yeah, we cannot make any more jokes about Cartman for very obvious reasons.
It's a joke from a show.
Yeah, it's a joke from a show. We are repeating the joke from a show. We are not... I do not feel that we should have to clarify in every single video, anytime we make a joke from a show, that we, as Two Bros Game Night, don't believe that and that it's incorrect, because it is very obvious what we're saying, and you'd be stupid to not understand that. But regardless, we have decided we're just not going to make any more Cartman jokes to be careful.
Yeah, so let's be clear as possible. We at Two Bros Game Night do not support any kind of hate speech or any kind of, racial stereotyping. We support everyone equally.
I was going to say, we here at Two Bros Game Night are very pro-LGBT, very pro-other race, any other racial group. We are We are pro African American. We are pro Jewish. We are pro any group that you could possibly talk about.
We love you all.
Stop taking down our videos for saying things that aren't racist.
Yeah, so for Breath of the Wild, we are working on getting episode 15 back, but we are censoring whatever content that they
we
were
have
saying,
the video. We
so-
have all the videos recorded. So, like, all those videos we have, they're just going to be in a slightly lower quality.
Yeah.
But we do have all those videos.
So don't worry about it. Yeah, we even have the Jason video that was taken down as well. So.
Yep. That's why you have local backups.
Okay, guys, so let's get into this part of the video. This part of the video is about Quotive. I've been talking heavily about Quotive and what I've been doing with it. I'll go ahead and let you know. I actually had time to work on it at the start of last year. And I did work on it a good amount. So I woke up in a different dimension. Volume 1 is still currently being written. It is actually almost done. The issue with it is I haven't had recent time to work on that or any other series. Because I've been waiting to edit mobile for a while now because I need the new end credits and I can't work on that.
Which I'm getting to Younger Bro today.
Yeah. So at the time of this video, I should be working on the next mobile series. And once I get done with that, I will go back to writing. I woke up in a different dimension.
Woo.
It should be out some point this year. It is almost done. Very close. Now, that was for the Younger Bro account. For the Two Bros Game Night account, we now have a full new title for the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World fanfic that I'm writing. It is still planned to be the first series and is now going to be called Jurassic Survivor. This may change because they announced a new Jurassic trilogy, but they have confirmed that's going to still continue the Jurassic World line, so it's probably going to be Jurassic World 4. So I don't think I have a worry that's going to
Be called Jurassic Survivor.
Yeah.
If anything, they'd call it Jurassic Universe.
Yeah, so it is going to be called Jurassic Survivor. No, I didn't know about Jurassic World or Jurassic Park 3 Survival until, I already had this name. So I learned that a little bit after I came up with the name. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was, yes, I am also, at the same time as Jurassic Park, I am working on a Steven Universe fan fiction, and I'll go ahead and let you know I already got chapter 1 done. I had like a big burst of inspiration recently, and I'm like knee deep in like chapter 1 and 2. Like chapter 1's done pretty much. I just have to rework it a little bit, and I am almost done with chapter 2. So I'm probably going to release that alongside Survivor. It may come out a little bit before Survivor, but they're going to be released around the same time. So the only issue with writing them is I can have them out this year if I wanted to. I could have them out this year. They just won't have a cover photo. And the cover art and such, like, they won't have thumbnails, basically.
Yeah, and you want those thumbnails.
And I would like temporary thumbnails first. And we'll have something complex later. So, they're being written. They're going to be written. They're going to be continued to be written after I am done with this next batch of mobile series. So, they hopefully will be done this year. But it is taking a little while to come up with these. I also have to do all my fact checks. I have to do all my grammar checks. I have to do a lot with these before I'm ready to release them. So hopefully they will be done this year.
All right. Other things about social media, because I consider Quotive to be social media. We have a categorization system where we're like, these are the video platforms, these are the social media accounts, and here's other. I think Quotive's under other.
Yeah.
It's just like, because I don't know what to call it.
When it comes to social media accounts, there really isn't anything new this year.
No. Well, they're sort of, but not exactly. So the big thing I wanted to talk about was So for Patreon and Ko-Fi, I had mentioned this a little bit in the past, but I hadn't gone in too deep into it. So one of the things that I did this year was actually disabled our Patreon and Ko-Fi from accepting donations, partially because they just need fundamentally redone, and partially because I don't think we're at the point where we've only ever gotten one single person who's ever donated to those. So I don't think that I want to go in that direction until we're at a bigger point, because A, it's kind of a waste of my time to keep updating them, and B, I don't even know if we can actually offer some of the things that we were saying we could offer. So until later on, assume like 10,000 subs, I have disabled them. So if you want to assist us, just watch our videos, like and subscribe, do the normal things you do on videos. You can also donate on Twitch. At some point in the future, we are probably going to have donations on YouTube, although I'm not going to do so until after YouTube has stopped community guideline claiming our videos. So that'll be sometime mid-May.
Yeah.
But at some point in the future, you may also have channel memberships available on YouTube.
Yay, we finally are doing that.
Yeah, so at some point in the future, you might be able to donate on YouTube. You can also donate on Twitch. I'm also considering adding another social media account because Blue Sky is apparently pretty large. And so I'm considering also posting, in addition to Facebook and Mastodon, also posting on Blue Sky. But I still have to set that up. So if you hear this in the video, then I've added it. If you don't hear this in the video, then you don't hear this because it didn't happen. We'll see. The other thing, guys, that we're slowly working on in the background is we're going over all of our social media accounts and figuring out what all we use them for, and if there's benefits in adding new social media accounts or removing social media accounts that we're not really using.
Yeah, so guys, earlier last year, I looked into Snapchat, and I even made us a Snapchat account. It is not a viable platform for our use.
Yeah, it's like we just don't have anything that would really benefit from using it.
So here's the issue, guys. It will allow us to post photos, but it will not allow us to link anything, and we did not see that as
usable.
Usable, yeah.
Yeah, that's something that's going on in the background that we don't really have any news about, just more that
we cannot do Snapchat. So those of you who want us to do Snapchat, we have had a bunch of people ask, hey, do Snapchat. We cannot.
Yeah, we see no value in doing so based on our current usages. Like, what would we have use for it? Like, you could upload cards from card videos, but we already do that.
We do that with TikTok. There's
So it's
no reason to do Snapchat.
And you also sort of do that with Instagram as well. But it's like
I post occasionally, hey, I got this card and I didn't want to.
So it's like you could do it on there as well, but it's like there's not really much benefit to it.
Yeah.
And we're kind of trying to focus our platforms that we're using, only using platforms that we think have benefits to us, and getting rid of any unnecessary platforms.
Yeah. So Snapchat, can't do it.
Nope.
All right. I guess all that's left is, our natural yearly general fixes.
The things we do every year because we want to.
Yep, so we're going through our thumbnails, our titles, playlists, descriptions, and credits. All that for every series last year.
Yeah, and there are a lot of them.
But not as much as the year previous.
Honestly, it's not much different. The funny thing was I just downloaded, and this is about a couple months ago, I downloaded all the videos, names, and video descriptions, and links to our yearly check page so that we could see how many videos we have to go through, what all series we have to go through. The funny thing was, I think we had one less video this year than last year, which is kind of insane because we literally stopped doing one stream a week for half the year. So that means we lost 26 videos just from that, and we were one series less. That means we would have ended up probably like 20, 30 videos up this year than last year.
Wow.
So either way, we're at pretty much the maximum possible videos we can record and upload. We just don't have more time.
Yeah.
At some point in the next year or two, I would like to get an editor, but I have to get my finances figured out and figure out how much I can offer somebody to edit. So we'll see how that works, but at that point, maybe we can consider doing additional things.
Yeah, guys, we'll go ahead and let you know this is pretty much the end of the video. We don't really have anything special last minute to announce. The big reveal was our characters. That was our big thing. But what I'll go ahead and let you know is I have met someone, not in that way. I'm not getting a girlfriend, not that kind of meeting someone. No. I've met someone through Shadow Dash, and that someone is an animator. So I may have plans to ask him to do some animations for us.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens.
I want to know him for a year first before.
Yeah, get to know the guy, see what he can do.
His animations are decent now. His older ones were a bit.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
But you gotta start somewhere, and I love this guy. He's a great guy. So I have something special planned for next year, but not this year.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but
yeah,
stuff's cooking in the background.
Yep, I hope you are all excited for what I have planned next year, because next year is going to be a bit of a big year. But other than a few big series coming this year, that's pretty much it.
Yep. So, guys, that's going to be it for this update video. We will come back next year with another update video, as we always do, to talk to you about the goings in and goings out and ongoings and ingoings of the channel. So, until then, we will see you all on the next update.
See ya.